Not live yet. Okay, and now I'm gonna, one sec. I am going to click that live button, go live, and now go live. Guys, happy Saturday. Who is not out today for Guinness or any other drink and staying home and listening to on your phones or on the PC? Today I have, oh my gosh, a very special guest, Bruce Barnes, the logical, intuitive. I just leave this as it's just wait. Bruce, very welcome. Very welcome. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. It's always wonderful to be on a call with you. So I love your energy and just appreciate being on here and chatting with you and the viewers here. So um,
And meet you, Bruce. And I'm so sorry for interruptions. Things gonna be happening constantly with my cats. But could you please introduce Bruce, who you are, what you do, where are you from, where you based? This is
All right. Yes. So yes, I'm Bruce Barnes, AKA the Logical Intuitive, and I live in the Seattle, Washington area in USA, and born and raised here. I always say I'm the other native. It seems like there's only like a couple of us that were born here, and everybody else moved here. But um, but yeah. So I just really kind of the journey started when uh, just as I was growing up, I would just kind of visualize myself doing things in the future. And I always kind of figured that's what every kid does is they daydream, they dream about their what life is going to be like and everything.
yeah.
And as I got into about the 10th grade, I started having serious health challenges. And whenever I would try to visualize myself doing something in the future, it would be like looking at a black movie screen. It's like I could not see myself past high school. And it's like it kind of concerned me, like, well, what does this mean? And then ultimately I wound up having surgery. And when I was home recovering from the surgery, I was sitting in the corner of the living room working on a little craft project. And my dad was in the living room too, reading something. And I told him, it's like, this is going to sound weird, but I've got this voice in my head saying, no, not yet. You're not through here. And he put down what he was reading. He said, wouldn't be a bit surprised. And I was like, what do you mean by that? Like, well, they almost lost you twice on the operating table. And like, I did not know that. Okay. And you know, a few years later, I wind up having, another kind of a minor surgery. And after that surgery, there was this another message that was this help others. And, that was the same thing. Another surgery, it was like help others. Like, could you be more vague? Give me a little more detail here. It's like, so I just kept, looking for different opportunities to help people and that. And um, a few years later, having another major surgery that coming out of that, it actually wound up with one complication after another, almost a year in the hospital and going into a coma for almost a week, almost dying 3 times in that, during that stay alone. And when I came out of the coma, which the staff couldn't figure out why, because they did not bring me out of the coma, but I just prior to going into the coma, there was a special on the hospital TV channel that was on with Dr. Bernie Siegel. He wrote the book Love, Medicine, and Miracles. And he was by trade an oncologist treating cancer patients. But one of the things that he did with his patients is he taught them how to visualize with their body to visualize killing off the cancer cells. And his patients got better faster than any other oncologist. So he's describing and sharing different, examples of what, patients had experienced and the power of the visualization. And like just a couple quick examples is, um, uh, this woman was in a hospital room right across from the nurse's station in the hospital. The nurse saw the doctor go into the room and a short period of time come out. So she goes in to see the patient. The patient is in really good spirits and everything. And she asks her, it's like, wow, doctor had good news? Like, yeah, he told me my heart is as healthy as a horse. Well, what the doctor had actually told her is, you have gallop rhythm of the heart, which is a serious heart condition. But the patient, not knowing that, took that as a good thing. She got better and was discharged. Conversely, there was another patient that he came in the evening, and he was just going to be in overnight for a minor procedure. A doctor comes into the room in a bad attitude or whatever, something caused him to be, kind of negative. And he looking at the guy's chart, it's like, yeah, I see by your chart here that you're not going to be with us much longer. Meaning he wasn't just a short stay, that he was going home tomorrow. Well, the patient took that as meaning that he had something serious. He was dead the next morning. So that's the power of the mind. So about this time, my whatever was going on, one of the complications that I was experiencing was attacking my liver. So I thought, okay, I know there's something going on with my liver, so I'm going to start visualizing my body filtering and cleansing my liver. And about that time, I start going into this coma, but I didn't realize what was really happening. The first stage was I became totally paralyzed. I could not move. About a day later, I now cannot talk. About a day later, I can't open my eyes. I can't move. I can't talk. I can't open my eyes. I'm fully conscious, but there's no way to communicate. So about a day later is evidently when I must have went into the coma, but I just kept visualizing this and praying like crazy. It's like, God, don't leave me like this type of thing. And so almost a week later, I I wake up and I'm in my bed, and it's at night. One of my favorite nurses was checking my vitals and everything, and she was standing next to my bed, and I woke up, and it was like I was totally awake, conscious. I could move, I could talk, everything. So I woke up and I looked over at her and I said hi, and I scared the crap out of her because she wasn't expecting it. And so she said, well, we didn't bring you out of the coma, but whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And so, but coming out of that coma, I felt a heightened sense, of my intuition was really heightened. So that really kind of, brought it. But up to that point too, in my career, I was a computer programmer. So it was really logical brain thinking. And then, but I also had this intuitive ability, but after this coma, it was really heightened. And so that really kind of, I guess, started my personal development journey.
Wow, so that was a pivot moment basically from
Yeah,
when
I
you were
had
in.
done some different workshops in that, but that kind of was the tipping point, and
Yeah.
that and so, but yeah, this is it. That's one of the things. I spent 37 years as a computer programmer, web developer, and that, and just seeing the evolution of it, because I got started before PCs existed.
Wow.
So yeah, that means I'm old. Yep. And, but it's like, never
All the
stopped
do's and
learning, because
don'ts.
I left the corporate world 9.5 years ago, and I just, as of last summer, I'm now a certified AI consultant. So it's just
Wow.
continuing that evolution and integration of technology, because with my framework is mindset, wellness, and communication.
Mhm.
So helping people optimize each of those areas.
Yeah.
um, I realized kind of about a year or so ago that I was blending, besides my logic, I was also blending in intuition, because during a coaching session, I would get this intuitive hit. And it's like, wait a minute, back up. We need to talk deeper on whatever they just said. And so about a year ago, I started, referring to myself as the logical intuitive, with that unique blend of logic and intuition.
I just love that name when you told me the first time. Like, I love it. It's just beautiful. It exactly defines what you do. And to get in that intuitive state, can everyone get in the intuitive state, even if they are absolutely so logical and they operate from this software and they never go in here? Can these people learn how to become more intuitive with still being logical? Like
Yeah,
give you an
yes.
example.
And you don't have to almost die to do it. So, so
Wow.
yeah, no, it's one of the things that I tell people is to listen to the whispers. Those are your guides that are trying to help you, in different ways and that. So listen to the whispers and, take action. And the more, because people feel, kind of experience their intuition differently.
Yeah.
Like me, it's kind of a combination of this. Sometimes it's kind of a quiet voice and just this knowingness,
Yeah.
and just this gut feeling that this is good or bad, or this is, you use caution, or it says, yeah, okay, this is, I'm on the right track, yeah, okay. And also listening to any of the
Yeah.
whispers of guidance and that. So people can experience it differently. And it's just, once you kind of figure out what, because everybody has experienced it in some way, and they just maybe have dismissed it a little bit or whatever. But if you pay attention to it and you start listening and acting on it, it's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just beautiful said because we all right experiencing it. And because of that busy life, we just I usually for me happens, I just when I experience it comes not just like in meditation or anything. No, for me out of blue, it can come driving the car and I feel so good and I start crying. It's like, I know that's a good thing. It feels so
Oh, yeah.
good. And I know that then this is my next thing, what I need to act on because it feels so good. And when it's so good, so light, so empowering, it just, it's good.
Yeah. And that's one of the things years ago is, I mean, I was so much in my head, thinking in that I
Yeah.
had, someone that was teaching me how to meditate. And he
Mm.
actually gave me a mantra to say, everybody, it's
Yeah.
just one of the things, when you are given a mantra to repeat while you're meditating, that's personal. You never share that with anyone else. And you can either select it yourself, or usually it's just an unusual word that you just kind of focus on. And as you're just kind of meditating and just kind of focus on your breathing and repeating this, like I would kind of start getting distracted about my to-do list. Like, did I do this? Oh, that's right. I got to
Yeah.
work on this. Like, and then you come back and start repeating that mantra. Just
Yeah.
eventually and stuff, you really are able to stay focused and just calm down. And in that calm state, that's when a lot of these intuitive ideas and guidance comes.
And do you, Bruce, receive them as an in image as well, or is just a bit like a words or
Sometimes it's like images and
yeah,
that, and just can be uh, just when I'm thinking about something,
yeah,
it would comes like either like a yes or no, or it's
Yeah.
like, or another thought would then, like, it would be evolving type of thing. And it's like, just, I'm in the process of writing my book. Right now it's a self-help novel. And it's interesting. This format, I wasn't aware of it until I read a couple books, that it's teaching through story. And it was really engrossing on these stories. And it's like, wow, this is really cool. And I found out that it's referred to as a self-help novel. Well, I had trained, an AI assistant. I've been working with kind of a rough outline of my book, which covers my, 3 pillars. And then the fourth section of one section for each of the pillars. And then the fourth section, how to, incorporate all of that into your daily routine to actualize your full potential. So 4 sections, but it's like had different content ideas for each section, but it's like, okay, I don't want it just to be a brain dump of boring facts and everything. And when I read these other 2 books, I came back to my writing assistant, and it's like, okay, are you familiar with the self-help novel format? It says, yeah. And because it's also incorporates in the hero's journey format, and that says, okay, based on my, the rough outline that we've been working on in my book, can I do that for my book? This is absolutely. So we started brainstorming different character and plot ideas and everything. Well, my character is the mentor, known as, surprisingly enough, the logical intuitive. And so I was trying to come up with a creative way of the main character and the mentor coming together. And that, so one night I'm trying to sleep, and I wake up and I've got all these different ideas on this scene where they come together, and the subsequent things. It's like, wow, okay, this is awesome. And it's like, oh, this will work this way. And it's like having all this brain dump coming into me. And it's like, wow, this is really great ideas and everything. It's like, eventually it's like, thank you for all this inspiration and ideas, but I'd really like to get some sleep now. But but during that time, it was like, it was a combination of um, like a little movie clips playing, including audio of the conversation. And it's just like, I mean, to me, that's a form of inspiration or intuition. And
Yeah.
that, so yeah.
This is amazing. Bruce, when can we expect your book out, published?
Well, I've been having some delays on with other
Yeah,
projects and that,
yeah,
but
yeah.
so I'm hoping it's going to be a few months down the road here. But as what I've been doing is I get these, I guess, ideas for different scenes, different parts
Mhm.
of the book.
Mm.
So I've got a lot of those figured out, and now I just have to kind of blend them
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Or just admire you, because writing the book it is a big, big job. Oh my gosh, it is. It's fun. I don't
It's
know.
fun.
It's fun, but it's beautiful. It just it's beautiful. Yeah, kind of.
So yeah, so that's one of the things that
Yeah,
that was suggested to me here not too long ago, to develop like a course or workshop on helping people to,
yeah,
strengthen their intuition and
yeah.
that. And it's like, I hadn't really thought about that. It's like, okay, so that's on my to-do list as well.
Yeah, well, why not? Absolutely, because there's so much goodness in you. People need to know about everything, how we can improve their life. And Bruce, would you like to touch a little bit about, the technology that we were talking about, and how Star Wars, the crazy things
Star Trek, yeah, it's
Oh
just, yeah,
yes, that
yeah,
writing. I mean, oh, leave it with you. It's unbelievable what is going on with the AI and with all the scans, and I leave it.
yeah. It's amazing, how technology and our, you know, just are, because we're all energy beings. So it's interesting how the technology is kind of, incorporating that and that. So one of the things that I'm able to do is what's called the emotion code, where I can energetically connect with anyone, anywhere in the world, and identify and release trapped emotions. And those trapped emotions are interfering with the natural flow of energy in your body, which can manifest themselves in physical ailments, right? So I came across the device, a few years ago that I refer to it as the ultimate body scan. It's an app that I create a profile on the individual, which consists of a headshot of, photo of just them, which is critical. It can never have had anyone else in that photo. So the photo, birth date, height, weight, uh, that's really kind of the key things. And think of it as like that combination of information is creating like a digital signature in the universe for that individual. And this device then, once the profile is created, can connect to that individual virtually anywhere in the world and do a series of scans on them. And like one of the scans does like vitals, like including blood work. Mind you, again, this is all virtual.
You have to train.
And another scan is like a 3D image, like an MRI or a CAT scan.
Yeah.
And so you can actually zoom in and rotate in areas that are having issues. Well, it identifies uh, all the because all of our cells have ideal frequency ranges.
Mm.
And it identifies your current frequencies of everything in your body and then figures out what frequencies it needs to send to you to get things back in the balance. And then it does another scan and it compares the before and after of the balancing frequencies. And if anything that didn't really change, that was, either range of 1 to 9, where 1 is really low performing and 9 is over performing. So you want to be like in a 5. So if it didn't really change the 9 or a 1 after the balancing frequencies, that's an area you want to kind of pay attention to. So a lot of times we identify different changes in the daily routine or diet or whatever, then you want to do another scan, a month or two later and see, what the differences are. And if some of those areas again are not changing, the same ones that are not changing, that's like, okay, you might want to talk to your doctor about that. The device is strictly educational. We cannot say that we diagnose and treat anything,
Mhm. Mm.
but it's an educational tool. So if it's showing something that's like it's not able to, you know, bring it more in balance, then it's like you might want to talk to your doctor about that.
Yeah,
So,
it's it's absolutely amazing. Yeah,
but I mean, yeah, but what we were referring to is like the closest thing I can compare it to is the tricorder in Star Trek, where the device that they use to scan people. That's the closest thing I can compare it to.
this is absolutely crazy, like in a good way. I mean,
Hmm.
we are so futuristic with the devices and that this is possible literally by taking a picture of your face, giving the date and name, birth date and name, right?
Yeah,
And you can produce this information to the person
yeah,
and tell where the imbalances are.
yeah. And it's just and what's one of the things that we were talking about earlier too is that I've got a dear friend of mine that, several years ago, she had changed her profile picture on Facebook. And it was a nice picture, but it's like there's some serious negative energy coming off of this photo, you know. It's like I couldn't figure that out. So I called her up and I told her, it's like, I don't know what's going on with this photo, but there's some serious negative energy.
Alignment
And then
meeting.
she just kind of chuckled and said, what are you laughing about? And says, well, that she'd cropped out her ex-boyfriend who had a lot of negative vibes. And I
Yeah.
said, well, it's still got his negative energy in there. So then years later, coming across this device that they say the headshot can only have the energy or not have had anybody else in there because it retains the photo retains the energy signature of everyone that was originally in that photo, even if they're cropped out of it. So that is like, that confirmed what I had experienced years earlier.
Bruce, did you literally sense, did you that do with the device, or you just sense it that is the, like you could feel it, like this is the bad energy?
Yeah, I didn't have the device yet and
Yeah.
stuff. It was just, I didn't realize had that
Yeah.
intuitive, you
Yeah.
know, empathic ability to pick up the energy off of a photo online.
Yeah, yeah. It's amazing. It's just amazing how once you learn the energy work, how can you influence other people with energy, isn't it? It's something in the future, maybe it's gonna be even more. We have to learn how to protect our energy because otherwise it
Oh yeah.
could be energy vampires or that sucking out your life and you just don't understand what's going on.
Well,
I'm so tired.
well, a lot of it too is, like I said, mindset is,
Yeah.
the foundation of everything. And it's like the power of the mind, just like those examples I gave of the patients in the hospitals and stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could walk up to somebody that's in perfect health. And if you have several people periodically throughout the day walk up to that individual and it's like, do you feel okay? You kind of look like you might be under the weather. And well, I feel initially it's like, well, I feel fine. It's like after, like 5 or 6 people say that throughout the day, it's like, I am feeling kind of peaked, but it's like power. I mean, they start believing what they're being told. And it's like, it's amazing the power of the mind.
It is amazing and it's so important and to be, yeah, but even Bruce, like with all the information that comes into our ears when we're not listening, the TV goes in the background and we're not listening, and then we don't understand why I feel this way, like crap today. What's going on? And there's something that we,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
And that's one of the things that um, we have. The human has an average of 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day.
wow.
Most of those thoughts are the same as you had yesterday. And most of those are negative because of all of like the negative news or negative people that might be around you constantly complaining about something. You're getting bombarded with this negative
Yeah,
energy
yeah.
and the thoughts and everything. And just the I've got a positive mindset tool that it's amazing. This is it's a platform that has these different sessions. It's called Positive Prime. And I've got 2 sessions on the platform. One is Actualize Your Full Potential, and the other one is Unlimited Potential, which I geared that towards students to give them a little more encouragement and support. And each session there's over, a couple hundred in this library, but each session is 1,000 positive images that based on whatever the theme of that session is. And plus it has 200 positive affirmation statements. So it's like a digital, kind of in a digital vision board on steroids. It's got all these images that are flashing. You can control the speed. And on the slowest setting, it takes you roughly an hour to view all 1,000 slides. On the fastest speed, it's about 5 minutes. And even at the fastest speed, while you cannot read every word in the statement, because you want it to have each of the affirmation statements are as short as possible, but even on the fastest speed, you can't read every word, but the brain subconsciously picks out the key words. And they've proven that watching just 3 minutes of any of these sessions positively impacts the body and brain chemistry and lasts 6 to 8 hours. Pretty good, return on investment of 3 minutes.
This is some crazy, amazing. Oh my gosh, if you can invest 3 minutes of your time each day,
Mm-hmm.
what's gonna
Yeah, they've got
happen?
different themes. Like some of them is just being more just calm, relaxing, or you want building more confidence, or there's one on supporting authors and writing their book, just different encouragements, and just with the combination of the images and the affirmation statements.
This is
Yeah.
amazing. And maybe that's what people really need, to actually invest that 3 minutes in whatever area of, they want to achieve and play those images, whether it is in confidence, whether it is, I don't know, something else, right? In life.
Yeah, and you
And
can upload and include your personal images as well in that to personalize any of the sessions and that. So it's pretty powerful in that regard.
and that was you, Bruce, that created that.
I
That.
didn't create
Okay,
this.
okay,
It
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
actually it's interesting, the lady that created it is in on the Gold Coast in Australia.
Oh.
And have you ever, are you familiar with, or maybe you've experienced a hot stone massage?
No, but I
Yeah, they
did.
got the special hot stones that
Yeah,
you're laying down and they put them on your
yeah,
back and that.
yeah. I
She's the
know, but
one
I
that
haven't.
she's the one that created that.
Oh,
Yeah. So anyway, she developed this platform for this positive prime. It's just it's positively priming your mind for success. So
it is so possible. Like everything, like, me, I know I think small because I think I can't do it. And then you just go and do it and then surprise, how did this happen? Like it's just so important to have also the community as well, to have that community, to have the people that actually pushes you, and maybe challenge yourself and find different communities that are challenging you. So then you have to grow as well.
yeah, and that's one of the things. I mean, you obviously you want to be around other positive, supportive people.
Yeah, yeah.
And at the same time, one of the things I've heard several different experts say, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Yeah, you learn by, you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
having other people that are smarter than you.
Yeah, no, exactly, guys. Come to next level transformation. Who knows where is the next level? We all have that next level. This is amazing. And Bruce, would you like to tell a little bit more? How do you help people? What do you offer? And yeah, a little bit more just to understand, who can.
Yes, I mean, do different one-on-one coaching as well as putting together some group coaching, but I'm also creating kind of some mini courses, and that I've got one on that kind of an introduction to the 5 love languages, and working on another one for the mindset and just a variety of different things, like you said earlier too. I'm working on one for intuition and that. So putting together some different mini courses, and gonna be having some workshops in that. But at the moment is primarily one-on-one coaching and that. So but yeah, this is you can visit my website, actualizeyourfullpotential.com. And
Yeah.
if you want to schedule a call. You can go to talktobruce.com. That takes you to the scheduling page, and that. So I'm happy to chat with anyone and see how we might be able to work together and help you to actualize your full potential.
I love it. And Bruce, when we finish this the conversation, do you mind just putting your details in the comments where
Yep.
people can find you, just in case my AI notes are not generating correctly everything what you are saying? So,
Yeah, and I'll also put a link in there so you can get on that positive mindset for Positive Prime. You can people can grab
yeah.
a 10-day trial on that to
Yeah.
experience it. Yeah, so
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Bruce. You're very, very good. And Bruce, can I ask you a question? I love that question to ask. I hope you don't mind to answer.
sure.
When you hear words next level or next level transformation, what the first things come to your mind?
It's 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 different for everybody. It's
Yeah.
like wherever you're at right now, says what's the one small step that you can take that will improve your life. That's next level.
Wow. I
It's
love
like it doesn't have to be giant leaps. That's one of the things I fully believe in is, taking the small steps that get you big results. So
Oh, that is gold. Small steps, guys. Really. Small next. What's the next step? The small that
well, it's
we
like
can.
one of the things that there's an analogy that I heard years ago and I just absolutely love is picture yourself, you're driving down the street at night and you got your headlights on. Okay. Your destination is several miles away, but your headlights only illuminate, a couple 100 feet out in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't see your destination, but does that mean you're going to stop because you can't see your destination?
No.
You keep moving, and as you move, you're seeing more as you go along. So different things on your journey will be revealed to you. So one of my other sayings is, God can't steer a parked car. You
Wow.
have to be in motion as you can start acting on faith, taking action and progressing towards your goal and listening to those whispers. And that's the GPS that's going to help you get to your destination.
Oh, that is that is beautiful. And that's, guys, that's what Bruce is so good about with intuition, but also he's very logical. So this is so beautiful, Bruce. Wow, 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 wow. Love it. And Bruce, before we wrap it up, any final thoughts that you would love to share with the audience?
Well, just, whatever you want to achieve, you can with the proper support and encouragement and seek out others that have already gotten to where you want to be. And that's, and ask their advice. And it's like walking through a minefield. They already know where the mines are. You don't.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Just get a tiny, sometimes just a tiny little support can actually open everything
Yeah,
for
and just, like anytime you can get into a mastermind too and stuff, and you don't want to be in a mastermind that has everybody's like, say, if you want to, everybody in there is a real estate investor. Okay, that's not ideal. You want different expertise in there and that to get
you.
different viewpoints and suggestions and that. But yeah, the mastermind is another thing that's really helpful.
Oh, we love Mastermind, and I'm so happy that you are here, one of the experts in intuitive guidance and logical intuitive. This is so cool. I love it. Bruce, it was such a privilege. I'm so happy that you made the time and, I came here to talk to us. I
Thank you for having
personally,
me. I loved it.
yeah. Oh, I personally learned so much from you, and you are amazing. human being energy. Just beautiful. And I want to wish you all the success and everything. And I hope to see you again in this group. We
Absolutely.
have a book maybe, or maybe even, sooner, and share more how it's going and everything.
Yep,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yes,
yeah.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Bruce. That was so beautiful. And thank you so much, guys, for watching. So, Bruce, could you stay a little bit? I'm just gonna
Yep.
stop the live. Thank you, guys, and see you next time.
All right.
Just gonna double check if I really stop it. And my video, maybe I didn't stop it. I think I stop it now. And I'm just gonna